and just clicked live. I'm now live. These are very sporadic, these episodes. I'm going to try to do the Monday nights because I think it's a little more fun. It's got to find a good time. But just on Twitch and Facebook, on Twitch, just make sure your notification bell is on, and then you could see whenever I go live, and then you could join, and I'll talk to you guys in the chitty chat. So I was saying I have this playing a lot of Horizon Zero Dawn, and I have a conundrum where you overpower you're a higher level than your side quest. So if the main storyline is level 23, I'm level 29 because I'm just burning through side quests, which is fine. It makes the game slightly easier, a little more fun, but it's really it's great. So I'm having a good old time with it. Speaking of good time, who remembers Sega? The Sega Mini 2 is coming out, everyone. Who is excited? Sega Mini 2. Ooh, I am not. I think the mini systems are neat. It's funny how once once like once people started like jailbreaking 3DSs and PSPs and Retro Pies became like pretty accessible to get, even though they're super annoying. Brian McGinnis from Playable Characters and the Videoizers, he always talks about the handheld. And it's it's like a handheld game, looks like a Game Boy, and it's a Retro Pie. But it's so confusing to like download games or fix it or anything. It's crazy. But it is interesting how they really like Sega made the mini NES, the mini SNES. There's the NES store and the SNES store on the old Switch. So Sega Genesis Mini 2 has been announced for a worldwide release. Right now it is just in the greatest country in the world, Japan. Launches October 27th. We don't know when we're getting it. It's going to launch with 50 games, including Sonic CD, Thunder Force 4, Virtua Racing. Isn't that crazy? There'll be Sega CD games. Hope they have Sewer Shark. Now that was a game. That was a game. So it's going to cost about $75, and the Sega CD attachment, so cute. You get to add a Sega CD attachment. So it's like a mini. My cousin had this. It's the mini. It's like where it's everything. Let's show you. I'm on Games Radar, just full disclosure. I'll show you right now. Ba-boom. Ba-boom, everyone. Look how cute it is. It's like my cousin had this where it is just like the whole, where it's just the Sega CD. It's like it's got a little Sega CD thing. It's got the game. My cousin had this. The giant dock basically turns your Sega into this giant system, which is crazy. Super Nintendo never had anything like this. Super Nintendo never added on, but they did with this, man. Sega TV, you could plug into the Genesis at the top. I mean, it's crazy. It looks fun. It looks mad fun. 50 games, everyone. 50. Can you imagine? Weird Sega CD games. I love it. I love it. But I'm calling you out, Nintendo. Where's our mini Game Boy? Where is a tiny Game Boy that we can play with our little fingers? Just like, jump, go. Like the size of a Tamagotchi, if I may say. Where is our mini Game Boy? And also, where's our mini Virtual Boy? Where is it, Nintendo? You're taking way too long. If they did, it'd probably just be a small red piece of paper with red glasses. That system was awful. But we want our mini version. I want to play Virtual Mario Tennis. Please. Where is it? Where's our mini Game Boy and where's our mini Virtual Boy? You made the NES, you made the SNES. Where's our little GameCube? I want a mini GameCube. I want a mini 64. I want. Will I do anything for you? No. I just want. I want. I want. Bethesda. Oh boy. Boy, oh boy. PC Gamer website where I found this article called Starfield, an ugly no man's sky, according to this website. My God, shots fired. Shots fired. How could you say that? How can you say that about Starfield? The issue with Starfield is that Bethesda is not known for pretty. I mean, 76 was their most colorful game that they tried making, and it was like, hey, Skyrim was good, not as colorful because there's a lot of castles and, lush mountains. But, for a space game, the fact that you're gonna you're flying through space and it's like instead of just being stuck on the wasteland, you could go to all these different planets. Sounds cool. Another article I read, someone's like, I would rather have 10 planets you could discover than 10,000 because 10 planets, they can craft it, they can design it, and they can make these planets specific. If you tell me that there's 1,000 planets, which there are, they say, they're just going to be generated with random pirates and creatures on it. And maybe they'll, pop us like for every planet, maybe there's like 2 side quests on it or something. They showed the tech demo Crete, which was a moon orbiting planet Anelson. Anelson? Anelson. 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 Gross. Very gross. There's also a new lockpick system where it's like a circle and then you you kind of just move. It seemed pretty neat. It seemed a little more puzzly than the old lockpicky with with the shaking bar, and then you try to turn it, it's like tink, and you break it. Seems like you can't really break this lockpick or whatever the system is. I would imagine that looks cool. The gameplay, like the gunplay, looks pretty neat. I just think with Bethesda, it's like there was no VAT system as far as I saw. Like Skyrim didn't have it either, but I feel like in a space shooter, I kind of want VATs. I don't want just a pulpy run and gun. Like the Outer Worlds had very good gunplay, but that wasn't really Bethesda. I think the Outer Worlds was the other guys. So it's like Outer Worlds is great, but it says, it looked neat. There was like shotguns, pistols. It looks like you land on a planet, fight pirates, and there's some artifact that talks to you. And I don't know. I just want good. Just give me good stories. If you give me if I'm gonna be a spaceman and you're gonna give me great stories, I mean, I'm in. But I want VATs, and it's not gonna be for PlayStation or PS5, which makes me very, very sad because I do not. I have zero interest nor space on my giant entertainment center that has my 32-inch tube television, my VCR cable box, dish satellite, replay TV, TiVo, Sega CDI, Philips CDI, 3DO. I have no room in my giant, and it closes. It closes so it looks like a bureau. And then I go, I'm gonna watch TV, and I open up the bureau, and I'm like, oh, neat. Those were fun. Except you had to make sure they were level, because if they weren't, you'd open up the doors, and as you're watching TV, the door would slowly close on the TV. Then you had to rig a hanger rubber band system. But it's not for I don't have a gaming PC, nor do I want one. Why don't you want one, you ask? I don't know, too much money. I have a monitor that's good I'm looking at right now. So I guess I could spend 1,200 clams and get myself a decent gaming PC, but it's like, eh, then you gotta get Windows, Norton antivirus software. I wouldn't look up porn on it. I swear. I swear to you, I wouldn't look up porn. I swear. I'm not. I won't. I might go to Kazan, download illegal movies. No, I won't do that. But I'm saying, like, I don't want a gaming PC, so it bums me out that the only way I could kinda play this is possibly with an Xbox One Series X, Series SX. Boo. Gameplay looks cool. It is ugly. I can't even find a joke about it. It's ugly. Why would you go to Crete? Why would you go to a gray planet? Like, "Hey, we're gonna show you a new game." I know some of you say it's ugly. Well, check this out. Look at this ugly level we're on. There's just not enough colors. I don't know why you would show them. Why would you go to a moon? They showed for a second a Neo Tokyo area that looked like something from Rage, sort of. I was like, yeah, that's cool. Okay. Instead, it's like you land on a gray moon. Look, a weird creature. Uh-oh. And it's like, what are you doing? There was a junk planet, it looked like Rage in space, which I'm fine with. I also like that you can you download your skills, and in order to upgrade them, you use them. So it was that whole thing like you were when you were playing Skyrim, the Elder Scrolls, and you would just, you would you would just be holding a rubber band on the controller, just making you walk constantly, and you click run. All those weird cheats, attaching your controller to a fan to make the where were you? That was oh, those for people that cheat steps. They put they put their what was the thing in Pokemon, right? Your yeah, they put their phone on the fan and the fan would spin around that would get their steps in to get Pokemon Go. It's just crazy. A lot of space pirates. There's creatures, some monsters. If there's no VAT system, you guys, Bethesda, I love you to death. I love Bethesda like a lot. If you got no kind of VATS targeting system or anything that's kind of weirdly cool like that, man, you better hope that gameplay is Destiny tight. Outer Worlds had a VAT system. Outer Worlds also has some pretty decent gunplay, but man, you better make sure your system is Destiny tight. Because if the gameplay, the gunplay is not like smooth, pulpy, heavy, nice, I mean, this game's gonna feel real wonky. It was like in Fallout, every time you would, switch to just shooting, like regular gunplay, it didn't work. New Vegas, it felt a little better in New Vegas. It felt good in 76. Not great, but it felt good. Man. And you get to build outposts. You get to go to a planet, build your own space layer. That's cool. I have no interest in doing that, but sure. There's a lot of people that love building space layers. They love them. Cool. You can also my dog is digging at the bed. There's not like a weird child tied to my bed trying to escape. It sounds Oh, I had to pick an audio thing as my talent, right? I had to pick audio, right? Ah, it's just doing it. Fungool. This dog doing it for like 4 minutes. Just lay down. I should take that collar off. Anyway, my goodness. You can build your own space layer. I don't know. I don't have much of an interest in a space layer. You can build your own ship. That's cool. You can build your own ship with guns, how it flies, how many engines, what it looks like. highly customizable stuff, tons of things. Very cool. Then they're like, hey, look, you can fly in space. You get in dogfights in space. I'm like, interesting. Dogfights, you say? Then I remembered how wonky it was to ride a horse in Skyrim. And I was like, man, we're going to be riding around on space horses and it's going to be janky. You're going to have a bad horse in space. It's going to be a bad space horse. If it doesn't, you don't fly right or if something's wonky on it, man, it going to be bad. Game is huge with 1,000 planets to explore, they say. And after watching the video, it is ugly. It's a shame. I really do. I really do love Bethesda. And I was very bummed. I was very sad. But you know what? Am I going to get it? No, because I don't have an Xbox Series X, One X. And the other thing is this, it seems like this is what they did with Fallout 3 and everything. It's like when they made it like Fallout 3, when it came to Xbox One, they remastered it because it looked like crap on Fallout 3 on Xbox 360. Now you have Xbox One, then you're making the game for Xbox One and Xbox Series X, Series, whatever. Just do what Gotham Knights did, man. Just kill the last gen. Kill the last gen version and just make a really crisp, clean, beautiful version for the Xbox Series X. That's what you do. Instead, you're gonna make it. It's just like we don't need it, especially a game this huge that should look smooth. You know, it's just the thing, man. If you want a game to look good, you got to get it on a PC. And I don't want a PC, but you got to get it. Now that's the bad news. It's not going to be on PS4 and PS5. I also have some more bad news. The actor that played Wolverine, Hugh Jackman, has tested positive for COVID again. Now, this is twice. Now, I'm going to be honest. COVID is, pretty lucky. You get to be inside Hugh Jackman's body twice. Ooh, you naughty COVID. COVID, you're bad. COVID, you're bad. Makes me think two things. Either Hugh Jackman is a very unhealthy boy, or maybe he's probably vaccinated and boosted, but it does make you think. And he wore masks. He's from Australia, but it's kind of crazy. He got it twice. Hugh, it's because of Broadway, Angels. It's because he's doing Music Man on Broadway and he's surrounded by tons of people and actors and crew. Because it's like, you're not in a movie. I guess no one on Music Man is doing any kind of like, I guess no one's doing a bubble. They're just, listen, however you feel about COVID. Okay. I think realistically, we've gotten to a point that, if you're boosted and vaccinated, you might still get it, but that's because the strain changes. But like, I get it. We have to live our life now. You got to just live. If you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. If you don't want to, and you see someone with a mask, just stay away from them. Keep distance. Maybe in a couple of years, COVID will kind of die out. Omicron was like, the flu, a version of it. Also, take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt. Don't try to come at me with political crap. It's not going to happen. All I'm saying is this. Hugh Jackman got it twice. COVID-19 is still strong because Hugh Jackman, he's over here getting it twice. He said on Twitter, I frustratingly tested positive for COVID. Again, my standby, the amazing Max Clayton, will step in for me, maxing all the standby swings and understudies around the world. You're true heroes of the theater. You give life to the saying, The show must go on. Now let's listen to Delicious Hugh Jackman, what he said on Twitter. Let's hear.
I wanted you guys to hear it from me first that unfortunately this morning I have frustratingly tested positive for COVID.
He looks good. Like, he doesn't sound too bad. He looks good. Maybe it's a false positive. Maybe he's asymptomatic now. Also, like 100,000 views. Wouldn't you love to be so popular and so famous that 100,000 people like watch a video of you going, "Hey guys, I'm sick," and like millions of people around the world give a shit, like they care. They're like, "Oh no, Hugh Jackman." I mean, I'm one of them. I'm not like heartbroken, but I enjoy Hugh Jackman. I'll bust his balls in this segment, but I enjoy that beautiful Australian man. He's very talented, and he's wonderful. I feel bad for Hugh Jackman. I'm jealous of COVID, but I feel bad for Hugh Jackman. We did want to hear it first on Twitter. It's interesting that some celebrities still use Twitter. I wonder if his team made a TikTok or just reposted this and he's like, "Hey, I just wanted to say it here first." TikTok's like, "Ooh, we have an exclusive." And it's like, "No, it's on Twitter." But I'm glad he said this because I don't want to hear this on the schoolyard or the water cooler that someone's like, "Did you hear what happened to you? He got COVID again." And I'm like, "Oh, did he? I wish I heard it somewhere first." Let's go.
Again, so my incredible standby, Max Clayton, is going to go on.
Max Clayton. It's Mad Max Clayton. My standby, Max Clayton. His wife and his baby boy got hit by a car on a highway, and then he became Mad Max Clayton. Max Clayton. Wonder if he's Australian. Who knows?
On for me. And Max and I have been working together on this show for over 2 years and on this part, and I can tell you.
I'll tell you, he's got COVID. He was like, I've been working very close with him, speaking my lines into Max's mouth, making sure that how I am saying my lines is how Max is saying them. So we would lock tongues, make sure that pronunciation was correct. Max probably has COVID in a couple days, but if Max has have COVID, Max's understudy, who also did the same Meisner technique of talking into each other's mouths, Max's understudy may have COVID. This whole show, the Music Man needs to take a hiatus for 2 weeks until I get through my COVID right now. Do you know how pissed I would be if I went to see the Music Man? I bought tickets, okay? And then now when you go see a Broadway play, okay? And it's just Broadway play, and there's no name. I really don't like that celebrities do everything. It really I feel bad for the Broadway people that are just trying to make a living. I understand you could still, as a Broadway actor, probably make a living as like, Dancing Cat 5 in Chris Hemsworth presents Cats. I understand that. You could still probably make a living as just even as living as Hugh Jackman's understudy. Like, sure. But man, if I bought tickets to Music Man, like I waited 2 years, went through COVID. I was like, I can't wait to go see Music Man. Holy crap, there's tickets available. Broadway's reopened. I bought my tickets. I'm like, this is great. Hugh Jackman's gonna be a Music Man. And then my friend who's going to see the play with me is like, man, I know, but you imagine if he gets like COVID again? You're like, there's no way he can get COVID again. There's no way. He's probably vaccinated, boosted. He already had COVID. He ain't gonna get it again. And if he gets it again, it's gonna be like Omicron or something that's like, he'll be sick for 2 days. Hopefully it's not our showing. And Hugh Jackman comes out. I got COVID-19, the original COVID. It's the one I got. My understanding Max is gonna be the one doing the Music Man play. I'd be furious. Oh my god, I'd be so pissed. I'd be pissed. I'd be like, oh, I need to exchange my tickets when Hugh is not licking people's tongues, catching COVID for the 3rd, 4th, and 5th time. Hugh Jackman, be careful.
from being in the room with him and from experience, he's absolutely extraordinary. So I'm just frustrated that I won't get to see him and cheer him on, but I will be cheering you on in my heart, Max, and to everyone, my whole cast of The Music Man. I hate not being there with you, but I'll be back as soon as I can. So this is just another reminder to me, and I'll say it a million times over, that the real heroes are brought.
The real heroes are essential workers, nurses.
Way our standbys, understudies, and
Oops, my bad. The real heroes are the understudies, the standbys, and the swings. My bad. Oops.
swings, and never has that been more obvious than in the past year. So they give meaning to the phrase, "The show must go on," and it will
Oh, they do.
go on, and it'll be amazing. Maxi Chookers, as we say in Australia, have the best time, and I'll be back at River City as soon as I can.
Maxi, as they say in New Jersey, I hope you like this video game news story that I found at comiccon.com. When you hear the video for the first time, it sounds like he goes, as we say in Australia, have a great time, whatever. But I guess the word is chookies.
Have the best time, and I'll be back, as we say in Australia. Chookers, as we say in
Chookers? What is chookers? Chokers? Chock-a-block, chock full. Extremely full, as in Sydney Rhodes a fair dinkum chockers. Oh, I don't full up, packed, I guess. I don't. Hugh, what do you have? COVID brain, Hugh Jackman. I don't know what chookers means. As we say in Australia, chock full of nuts. As we say in Australia, would you like coffee, mate? Chock full of nuts. G'day, mate. Oh, poor Hugh. How could you, Hugh? How could you? Broadway needs you. How could you? Curse you, Hugh Jackman. Man, you ever wonder who'd win in a race, Donald Duck or Mulan? Well, the answer is, who cares? If you want to know, why don't you go get the game Disney Speedstorm when the closed beta runs till June 20th? It's a hero-based combat racing game. Out of all these characters, it's not a lot of heroes. Also, on this list of characters I'm going to read from a couple movies, most of these people can't drive. Do you know what I mean? Here we go. Belle and the Beast. Now, Belle, we've never seen her drive. We've seen her read, but we never saw her drive. Beast, I doubt can drive. He's too big. And he'd probably have claw and break the steering wheel. He's too much of a big man. Hercules and Meg cars weren't around back then, so that's ridiculous. Same with Belle and Beast. Well, they're probably now there's horse-drawn wagons. Hercules and I guess Meg from Family Guy. Very strange. Why Meg from Family Guy? Mr. Donald Duck, that's fine. I've seen him drive. Mr. Mickey Mouse, I've seen him drive in cartoons. That's fine. James P. Sullivan, I guess he drove in Monsters, Inc. But how come not there's one person from Monsters, Inc. Everyone else is two, except, now we have Mulan and Li Shang. Mulan, obviously, like, they both could drive. They're humans. Elizabeth Swann and Jack Sparrow. Johnny Depp trial. The verdict was in. So I guess Disney is, it's not Johnny Depp, it's Jack Sparrow, and it's some person impersonating Jack Sparrow voice and stuff. I wonder what happened if he sued Disney and they couldn't even use his, I wonder if he made up the whole, how he talked and the character and things like that. I wonder if he has grounds to be like, no, it's I guess not if it's Disney. It's like they own it. We'll see. Baloo and Mowgli. The only person I would ever trust on this list to drive at all would be Baloo. Because he used to have a show called Tailspin. Oh, yeah. He used to have a show called Tailspin. He's the only person I trust to drive. Mowgli's a child that raised in the woods. I wouldn't trust Mowgli to drive a car. He slides down trees like they're slides. And you're going to let him drive? That's the worst one out of all these. He's a child. Everyone else is fine. I trust a duck more than Mowgli, the kid who literally is raised by wolves. You can't. You just can't. Hi. What a fun show, everybody. What a fun show. If you want, you can see this on Twitch, YouTube, or the Facebook page. If you want to rewatch this, thank you for listening as always. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for downloading. Give us a 5-star review on iTunes. It helps. Put a review if you're like TJ's really weird and funny. And that'd be great. And if not, we'll see you next time. See ya. Good night, mate. So, Graham, I'm going to go get a coldie. Cheers, mate. All right. Yeah, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about Hugh, my best mate, Hugh Jackman. Hugh came down to the pub, he had himself a pint of Foster's. And I'll tell you what, I COVID-19 because I work in the gas mills, and I licked the top of the can because I was like, I bet my friend $40, 40 Australian kangaroo bucks, that Hugh couldn't catch COVID for the second time. Boy, was I wrong. And how many things I ruined. I ruined Broadway. I'm not Australian anymore. I was born in Britain and I moved to Australia. Pip, pip. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you for watching. If you're still watching, or if you're watching on Twitch or whatever, thanks for watching. And thank you for everything you do. Bye, guys. I'll see you later.